Hey my shining stars, it is me, Adani J, and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a story time about the time a teacher bullied me because of what? Like, I'm not gonna tell you guys won't believe what the reason is till like later on in the video. So yeah, so I went to a school full of teacher bullies and also student bullies, which the teachers created. So we are gonna get started into this video. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel, and if you're coming back to my channel, welcome back to my channel. And in this video, I'm also gonna be playing Injustice and Mortal Kombat. Put a little bit of my gameplays in the background so you guys can have something to watch while I do this story time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye guys. Okay, so yes, I was bullied in the kindergarten by a teacher and also the rest of the staff. So here we go. So I was put into a private school because my mom, she thought like it would give me a better learning experience in the public school, and she ended up putting me back into the public school, which I'm very thankful for, because I had a better learning experience there than I would have had at that private school. So the private school was like one of those schools where they were like strict and, you know, straightforward and, you know, rude, and they used rulers to hit kids, that type of private school. And I don't even think at that time that was freaking legal to do that. I think some of these private schools, since they're so private, and they know that they can put things under the carpet, you know, like hide things under the carpet, they feel like they can do whatever they want. And I think there was one time this like news came to our house, like this news station came to our house to ask us about the school, but I don't know if that was like specifically for the school. I don't remember, it was so long ago. It was like 2007, 2008 type of thing. And yeah, so basically this instance started out like it was like one of the major instances, but I'm gonna tell you guys the minor instance. So there's this teacher, her name, okay, first I'm gonna note something. First, I want to tell you guys that I'm gonna be really respectful because I don't know if these teachers are still alive because they were all old at the time, and you know, there's already 2 people that I know from that school that died. So I don't know if Miss G died, but you know, I'm calling her Miss G because I was like the first letter of her name, and I'm keeping her privacy confidential. So yes, I want to be respectful, but even though they weren't respectful to me at the time, I want to get that good karma, so I'm gonna be respectful and try to keep this. I'm still gonna be sassy, of course, like I'm still gonna be myself, and yes. So basically, Miss G, so she was like an older type of teacher. She was like older. She had a grandson that went to the school. So did the principal. She had a granddaughter that went to the school. But yes, the principals, we're gonna be talking about her too. Okay, yes, she's no longer with us, but we rest in peace to them. Okay, and her husband too. And there was like so many, like, you know, this minor little instance. So Miss G was like this teacher that she wore glasses and all that stuff, and she was so mean and very strict. So, you know, like obviously she held on to like some type of thing that she learned in school. So it seems like that's what they were trying to go for, like back in the day, you know, like teachers hit students with rulers, and I guess that's what they thought was okay to do. And I went to a school where, you know, just like it was, you know, one of those schools where you just all black students. Okay, you guys, it was a black students, like everybody was black. So obviously teaching was a little bit different for the teachers back then, so it was just like weird, because I never seen that in the public school, because, you know, public schools, they gotta keep it on, even though there was like an incident at one of my, I'm gonna tell you guys another time, but maybe not, I don't know, but yes, there, so this one day I had an accident, and you know, I was kind of afraid because, you know, I was a scared kid, and using the bathroom kind of made me afraid. I don't know why, but please don't ask, because I was in kindergarten, you guys. I know it happens. You know, everybody has accidents, you know, like I just had a problem just asking to go to the bathroom, or I was having too much fun, I think, at recess. And one of the students told on me. I guess she was like, oh my gosh, Danielle peed herself. And I was just like, no, I didn't pee myself. And I guess I was wet on my pants. And yeah, so the teacher was like, tell Danielle to come here. And I was so scared, you guys, because I knew, like, she never hit me with a ruler at all, but I seen her hit other students with the ruler, her grandson, all the time, because he was also in her class. And I was so scared to go to her desk. I remember walking in there and just everybody was outside playing. I think it was like morning time or at lunchtime, and I went to her desk and I was like, hello. And basically she was like, so I heard you peed yourself. And I was like, yes, I did. I'm sorry. I can go get me a pair of clothes because I'm walking distance from my house. And I was just so scared. I was like, in my mind, oh my gosh, she's gonna hit me, and my mom probably won't allow her to do that to me. And then you know what she said? She was like, well, I'm gonna call your mom and ask her if I can hit you with this damn ruler. And I was like, excuse me? Like, in my head, I was like, excuse me? What did you just say to me? Like, I wanted to just go off on this lady. I really did. Like, in my mind. But I was so, like, in kindergarten. Also, it was, like, that quiet kid, So I was, like, afraid, Like, I never, like, it was like my second week there. So, of course, I was scared, okay? Like, I was just scared because I was in my first week of going there, I would see all that stuff going on. So I was just like, okay. And then I was just like, okay, my mom's not gonna let you hit me, because I knew my mom, but she would never let me. So let anyone else hit me besides her. Okay, you guys, besides my mom. But yeah, so I was like, okay, go ahead, call her. In my head, I was like, go ahead, call her. And I don't remember if she specifically did call my mom, but I was just like, what the heck, it was just like, what the heck. And she didn't end up hitting me because and I think my mom brought me a change of clothes and I changed. So that's obviously all she had to do, was just be like, okay, well, since you peed yourself, let me call up your mom to see if she can bring you some clothes. But no, she wanted to use her power to be like, I'm gonna hit you with this ruler. I'm the ruler of this place. Miss G, calm yourself down, please. Why bully a student, okay, you guys? Like, that ruler ain't gonna give you anything. Without that ruler, she probably ain't have no power. Okay, she probably would have smacked someone. There was this other time, so I'm gonna be telling like little story times, but this time it wasn't even like, there was just like, so much things I saw. Like, there was one time the principal's husband, who was the cook there, he was also like the mechanic for, like, if things break, he would fix it and all that stuff. And there was one time he cooked something, and then we went outside to go play, and there was a dead squirrel, and he used one of the freaking tongs to freaking pick up the dead squirrel and throw it over the fence into someone's yard. And I was just so disgusted, and I was just like, Mom, can I just start bringing my own lunch? Because I don't know if he used those tongs for something else, but still, you don't know, like, why would you throw it in someone's yard? You could have, like, called pest control or something to come get it. Like, don't throw it in someone's yard. I would have been so freaked out if I saw that in my damn yard. Sorry guys, I'm getting messages. I was like, I would have been so freaked out if I ever saw that in my yard, or if I would have been like, what the heck, but yeah, let's get to the major part of the story time. So it was one day when I came into school. We did our like normal procedure. Basically, I would go to the kindergarten room with the principal. She would teach the kindergartens for like a little second, and then she'll have us move into the first grader room, I think around like math time or something. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like reading or writing. I don't remember specifically what subject we were doing, but there was like a procedure thing that we did in the beginning where we did like, where you had to count to like 100 in Spanish and English, which was very fun to do. I used to know how to count to 100 in Spanish. Now I can't because I don't remember. Yeah, like every day we would count to 100, and then there would be something else that we did, but I do not remember because, you know, I try not to focus on this a lot, but I do remember we'd have to say the Pledge of Allegiance every freaking day. And this specific day, I don't know if this teacher was having a bad day, if Miss G was having a bad day or what, or all this freaking teacher staff, because it's about to be toxic, okay, you guys? This is about to be where story time freaking starts, okay? So we'd count to 100 in Spanish, we count to 100 in English, and then we start the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag, to the United States of America, to the Republic which stand. Okay, I don't remember because we haven't done that in so long. Like, I have not done that. Like, in high school, we would not do that at all. In other high schools, I'm pretty sure they used to do the Pledge of Allegiance every day, but for some reason, my high school didn't do it. I don't know. Or my middle school either. But we used to do it all the time in the public school when I went to my public school, but in the private school too. I remember, like, just having my hand over my heart and saying it, and basically everybody was saying it, and like union, and it was just like really loud. Everybody was talking loud, so I was speaking up, and I was a very, like I said, quiet kid, so I don't know why it mattered to her how loud I freaking spoke, because everybody was saying it, and I guess she couldn't hear me over them, and I'm just like, woman, everybody else is saying it. It just didn't make sense, you know? So yes, guys, so what's gonna happen now is, like, the teacher, Miss G, was walking around the classroom, and basically she was trying to make sure she heard everybody saying it. Of course I was saying it, but for some reason this freaking teacher did not hear me. I'm sorry, guys, I was gonna say something else, but I was like, keep it respectful. And she was walking around the school, walking around the classroom, making sure everybody was saying it, and I of course was saying it, but to her I wasn't saying it loud enough, so she was like, why aren't you saying it loud enough? Why aren't you even saying it? And I was just like, do you see my mouth moving, woman? Do you see my mouth moving? And I was like, yes, I am saying it. Like, she was like, no, you're not. You better say it, or I'll make the whole class laugh at you. And I was saying it loud, and she was like, louder. And I was like, I pledge allegiance. So I was still saying it in my normal voice because I was so scared I was gonna cry. I was starting to cry. And then she was like, okay, everybody, since Danielle doesn't want to say the pledge of allegiance loud enough, we're gonna laugh at her and like point at her. And that's what they did. She had the whole freaking class laughing at me, and it just freaking traumatized me, you guys. This traumatized me for a long time. As you can tell, I think I'm a little bit over it now, because it's just like, the past is in the past. Okay, yeah, you know, like that type of thing. But to do that to a student is the most horrible thing you can do if you're a teacher, because you don't know what that student's dealing with at their house. So you think it's okay to bully a student because they ain't saying the Pledge of Allegiance loud enough? So, freaking heifer, I'm sorry, okay? But, you know, I just remember crying, you guys, and I was just like, she was like, why don't you get out of my classroom? I was like, okay. I was like crying and all this stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this never happened to me, like, ever, and especially this is like my second year of being in school at the time. So I grabbed my backpack and walk out. I was like, peace out, but crying. But I was like, whatever, I'm going home. And then I walked out, and the principal and the principal's husband was like freaking outside in the hallway, and they were just like, why are you crying? And I like was trying to explain to them in my tears, and it was kind of a little bit hard. And they started yelling at me. They were like, why are you crying? Because, you know, like, they were just like, you're always crying and all that stuff. And I'm just like, because you guys bully me. You allow people to bully me. And you know what the funny thing is? There was this kid that liked me, and he was like in the first grade class, and he was like always telling me to kiss him and all that stuff. And it was kind of weird. And I was like, I always denied like freaking kissing him. I was like, no, I ain't gonna kiss you. I don't know where your lips been. Like, no, like, ew. Like, I didn't even believe in like cooties at the time, and I just didn't want to, you know, like, gross. But, you know, I was like, nah, I'm good. And I think that's why he freaking also laughed at me too. So I was like, okay, alright. And then the freaking principal was like, why are you crying? Why are you freaking crying? And all, like, and then her husband's like, you know, yeah, why are you crying? Like, I don't remember what they specifically said, but they were being rude to me. So I was like, okay, let me get out of here. So I was like, the principal told me, why don't you just go home? And I was like, okay, because my house was walking distance. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go home and tell my mom what you guys did to me. So I walked home. Because I was like, peace out, okay? Peace out. But crying. Peace out. But if it was me in this situation, if I was like me now, if I was like, you know, like 19 and the teacher did this to me, like at the time, if I was like 19 at the time, like, you know, my current grade, okay, and the teacher did this to me, I would have been talking back crazy. I'll be like, excuse me, woman or man. You do not have the right to talk to me like this. I have to respect you every day. Respect me too. Okay? If you're going to be a teacher, respect the student as they respect you. Be respectful as they respect you, because you want to be treated the way that you treat it good, the way that your student treats you. So treat them the same way. Don't be rude. Like, yes, there's going to be time if like freaking, you know, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna need you to stop or something. I'm gonna need you to start getting work done. You don't have to hit a student. So I was glad that my mom put me back into the freaking public school for that reason, because it's just like a lot of private schools, they try to hide things under the carpet. Like, they'll try to, because they know that no one's gonna freaking find out unless someone says something. And that's why a lot of like parents took their kids out, because they were sick of like how, you know, the granddaughter of the principal, her mom had to take her out of that school because of how they were teaching the students there. And I'm gonna tell you guys something else. So there were some times where parents would even come to the school and like hit their kids right in front of the classroom, and the teachers would be just sitting there like laughing and freaking like making fun. Specifically Miss G, because I was in her class, who would be like making fun of the students, you know, getting hurt by their parents in front of the class, and everybody's just like shocked or like laughing. And I honestly would just sit there and just be terrified, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I've seen like a lot of like freaking, you know, whoopings be happening, and that's, it was just freaking like, why do people come up to the school? Why do parents do that? Like, they can just do that in private. Like, there's no point of having a show and degrading your child. For what? And terrifying other students that have to deal with that. Like, I would never understand that school. Like, I would never ever understand that school. I am honestly just putting this whole experience is behind me and moving on, because I think this also pushed me to want to become a teacher even more, because I want to be the teacher where I am kind, you know. And that's what when I was teaching at a daycare, or not a daycare, at a school for a summer in 2019, I just loved how they taught their students, like allowed them to kind of have respect for themselves too, like be respectful towards them. And you know, they never once hit their students at this school, and I was just glad that they didn't do that. And I told my boss, I told my boss like my experience, and I just told her that I'm grateful that they honestly treat their kids kindly, you know, because that shapes a child of how you treat them, how a teacher treats them, because like I said, you don't know what the student's going through at home. So, you know, and I'm in an ECE class because my major is early childhood education, and you know, I'm like watching a lot of things in for my class, and it's just like, you know, it really does affect like how you treat a student really does affect them. And it really affected me, just to be laughed at. It really affected me, like, you know, like it felt like I just never felt that before. Like I said, it was only my second year in like school, like EC, like in elementary, and I never had that happen to me before. So it was just like a whole different experience. And honestly, I'm glad that I was able to do the story time, because now I can be able to move on from that situation, from that hell that I had pushed on me. And now I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, because there was like moments where people laugh at me and it would trigger that freaking feeling again, like laugh at me in a rude, mean way, and it would trigger how I felt. And I'm just like, don't laugh at me like that. And now, like I said, I'm moving on, so I'm just trying to like restore my mental health back to a good point. So yes, you guys, if you guys are dealing with bullying, please tell an adult. Or if you're dealing with bullying in a workplace, please stand up for yourself. Also, like, just distance yourself from that person. Do not let them walk all over you. I don't know how it's like to give advice for people in like a workplace that has to deal with bullying, because I think you can tell your boss, but if it's like a boss bullying you and the rest of like the workplace, I would say find a better job, because losing yourself because of other people's pleasure, like, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it to lose yourself because other people want to bully you for their own pleasure because they're insecure. And this whole situation that I dealt with, it honestly started me thinking that it was okay to be mean to people when I was younger. And I got out of that mindset of stop bullying people when I was in 3rd grade, because I was just like, let me just be right, you know. It kind of put me in like a mindset like, oh, bullying people is okay, because that's how I thought. Since they bullied me so much, I was like, okay, since they did this. And in the 1st grade, when I came back to the public school, I became a bully. So that's another story time. And how I overcame that was telling myself, is this something I want to do? Is this why? Should I still continue be getting in trouble because I'm bullying someone because of how I saw the world back then when I was in kindergarten? Someone laughed at me, like a whole freaking class laughed at me. No, I don't want that for anyone else. And honestly, I became friends with the person or the people that I bullied. This was like elementary time, so yeah, so I feel like, you know, like, I wish I could take that back. Like, I wish I didn't bully those people. I was like it was like 1st through 2nd grade, and then 3rd grade, like the beginning of the year, I'm like, I'm not gonna get any more refocuses. I'm sick of getting refocuses. It's just, you know, I was sick of that. And refocus is like a referral for some schools, you know. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this video here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye, guys. Love you.